Today, we're not only talking about a popular product, we're talking, I think, about the world's best exfoliating acid ever. It's the 5th best-selling skincare product on Amazon, 3rd best-selling facial skincare product on Amazon, and 2nd best-selling treatment skincare product on Amazon. Anyway, it's a big deal, and maybe you've guessed it, but it's not, it's gonna be in the title and thumbnail, but this is what we're talking about. The Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. By the way, this video is not at all sponsored. They don't even know I'm gonna do it. They were just kind enough to send me this, along with other of their, I think, best-selling products. So it's my spontaneous and willing testimony of this product, plus recommendations, of course. So I'm gonna just talk to you real quick about my personal experience before we start diving into the do's and don'ts. So my personal experience, I've personally used it on a twice a day, everyday basis. Now that seems like a lot, I know. And actually it's making my skin feel really good, and I've seen some really positive effects. Note that I didn't start here. I started implementing it as a regular exfoliating acid 2 to 3 times a week. Basically what I always recommend to do when it comes to a BHA or an AHA, so an exfoliating acid. And then I was at a point with my skin where like I wanted a really big push, and I wanted to try my luck with this product because I've seen that, you know, you could do a challenge with it and stuff, and I was like, why not try it out? The proof is that I actually received the product on December 21st, and I started the challenge on January 21st. I'm even gonna show you proof, pictures, screenshots, whatever, so you believe me. So it was a month of just using it regularly, and then almost a month of using it twice a day every day. So there's quite a lot of product. So you can see before and after pictures. So by the way, there are some things that are moles. I'm gonna try to circle them for you. You can see how it's blatant that my skin got better within this month. You can see my scars have been disappearing in size and color. There's no more redness, not a single angry active pimple alive on my face. My complexion is getting brighter and more even, and there's also a reduction of blackheads, and my nose is like almost clear, you know, the pores are super tight, and my skin texture improved a lot. I think that was the biggest result I've noticed, and as a consequence, my fine lines, like, I know you're gonna tell me, girl, you're 24, what fine lines? But I don't know if you can see, but I have some really tiny premature aging fine lines here that are beginning to pierce their way and remind me that I am human. And here, very, very light on this side out. Like, that was my first initial impression of maybe the first day or 2 or maybe 3 first days of using this product twice a day, every day. That was like, whoa, my skin, my forehead especially, looked like wow, my skin has really been exfoliated. Like, I could feel that there was a layer that came down and that was melted. These pictures speak for themselves, especially my left side. Now, I'm quickly gonna go through the ingredient list to just explain to you what's in there, and then we're gonna do the do's and don'ts. First ingredient is water. We are not gonna talk about that, okay? Next, methylpropanoidal. It's actually a solvent. It's necessary. Next, butylene glycol. It's a solvent, humectant. It's basically a derivative of glycerin. So glycerin is one of the best ingredients to hydrate your skin, along with hyaluronic acid. Next, we have salicylic acid, of course, our star ingredient, which is also called BHA, and that is the chemical exfoliant that goes the deepest in your skin to remove the debris out and the gunk out of your pores. It really cleans your pores from the inside out. That's a chemical exfoliant that works best in an oily environment. That's why it's generally something that's recommended for oily, acne-prone skins. It smooths your skin as well, so kind of that renewing effect that I noticed. Next, there's polysorbate 20, which is a mild cleansing agent. Camellia oleifera is a green tea extract. So green tea is actually soothing and it's an anti-inflammatory and antioxidant. So basically an antioxidant helps to combat the signs of aging, for example. And then the sodium hydroxide is basically used to adjust the pH level of the skincare product. And finally, tetrasodium EDTA, which is a stabilizer, which is very necessary. So we can see that the ingredient list is very short, only necessary ingredients. So we're gonna finally enter do's and don'ts. First do, use this if you have oily skin. It works better in an oily environment. So oily skins, this is like the best skin type for this. But it also works good in normal skin type and even combination skin. So this is about skin type. Now, second do is for the skin issues, which it works good for. If you have acne prone skin, enlarged pores, blackheads, blocked pores, uneven texture, premature aging, fine lines and wrinkles, basically it's the same. And you can use this if you have rosacea, redness, or other forms of sensitivity, because it is very gentle actually. The proof is that I used it for almost a month, twice a day, every day. Third do, you can use this in an AM or PM. I did it. There is absolutely no problem with that. BHA doesn't expose your skin to more UV exposure. Like, it doesn't make your skin more UV sensitive. That's what I meant. So you can definitely use this in the daytime, no problem. Of course, if you use your sunscreen after, but you probably do because you watch me. Fourth do, use right after cleansing or after your hydrating toner if you do have one. Note that it can make the product stronger if you use a hydrating toner before using this exfoliating acid, especially if it's a product with hyaluronic acid. It's gonna make the product penetrate better basically. So maybe don't do that hydrating toner step before this step in the first times you're using it. Fifth, use either on a cotton pad or your hands. Now, both methods are completely fine. Personally, it's gonna seem a little controversial, but personally, I really prefer on cotton rounds. Now, I started doing it on my hands because first of all, I didn't want to be wasteful, and also because when you use a cotton round, it has a slight physical exfoliation effect. So I was like, girl, you're gonna use this twice a day, every day? Better not use this with a cotton round on top, so you have like 4 times more exfoliation than you used to have. Also, to not waste products, because apparently the cotton round soaks all the product and you're not really left with anything. It's not really true. I feel like I've got more use of my product with my cotton rounds than my hands. I can take it down to the décolleté, the neck, and my back even. With my hands, I would have to pour and pour and pour again. Just be careful to not tug your skin with the cotton round because it would add a significant physical exfoliation effect. Sixth do, start using it in your 20s. I mean, like, it's not like you need to do it. It's like recommendation. So you can use this in your teens, 20s, because if you have excessive oiliness or blemishes, I'd much rather you use that at 13 than you use scrubs. The way we did it, basically. I don't think it's really the case now because there's so much information, so much awareness about physical scrubs and what harm they can do, that I think like people, even teenagers, are used to like chemical exfoliants. Seventh do, use 2 to 3 times a week, night or morning, as a normal use, and then up to twice a day. So like, don't go in with the twice a day challenge. You don't even need to do the challenge, but make sure that you tolerate it well at the level of 2 to 3 times a week before you go into every day or even twice a day. Eighth do, always wear your sunscreen. Even if you just use this at night, apply your sunscreen the next morning. Now we're going into the don'ts. First, don't use too much. Apply a dime size amount. Otherwise, it'll get like a little sticky. It can even pile up if skincare products on top. Tu fais pas de bruit, hein? Tu fais pas de bruit, hein? Alors, tu sais que je vais parler en anglais, là. Ça, tu vas pas rigoler, j'espère. Mais je suis gênée. Anyways, so I had to cut the video short because I didn't have any more storage, and now I'm using my fiance's phone and we're much later in the day, so I'm gonna go back to don't number 2. I recommend not to use this around your eyes. You generally have to stay clear of the under eye area, even the upper eye area actually, for chemical exfoliants, because it's the thinnest skin in your whole body and it could lead to an irritation or a sensitizing reaction. So we don't want that. It can even like burn your eyes if it gets too close to your lash line. Don't number 3, you don't necessarily have to have an AHA in your routine if you already own that, because it's a BHA, so you already have a chemical exfoliant in your weekly routine. You don't need, not necessarily, to have an AHA. Just a BHA could suit you very well, especially if you have an oily skin, but maybe you could benefit from having both in your routine. Don't number 4, don't use this in the same routine as an AHA or a PHA or another BHA product or retinoids, even physical exfoliants like a scrub, as I mentioned earlier. I'm gonna be more specific because a lot of people don't understand when I say in the same routine. I don't mean in the same day or in the same weekly routine, like not the same regimen. I mean like the same routine. For example, if you use that on Monday night, don't use an AHA on Monday night, but you could use an AHA on Tuesday night or on Tuesday morning. You can use a retinoid on Sunday night and then a BHA on Monday night, you know? I mean like really in the same morning routine or nighttime skincare routine. So sorry for the noise, my fiance's cooking, and since I don't want to do the same makeup and outfit tomorrow, I'm just filming it now, but I should actually wait for him to leave. I wanted to note that when I did apply this twice a day, every day for almost a month, I actually stopped using retinoid. I didn't use it once because I knew that I had to use this morning and night. So that means like there is no place for a retinoid because they can't be together. And I've actually missed it. So I resumed using it when I was done with it. And of course I didn't use any other form of exfoliant either. Don't number 5 is to rinse it off. I know that sounds kind of like obvious, but to some people, they could be wondering. Faut pas que tu te tournes en fait. Parce qu'on te voit dans la télé. You know, some people could think like it's a type of exfoliating mask, like for example the ordinary 30% AHA plus 2% BHA healing solution. You know, the red solution, for example, is something you have to leave on for 10 minutes and then rinse off. Like you cannot leave this on your skin. And this is a chemical exfoliant, so you might think this is the same type of thing. This is not. This is a leave-on product, so if you rinse it off, you're not gonna get any benefit from it. And don't number, you actually can see my laptop and even the screen on which I'm recording. Don't number 6. Now, on that matter, I've grown quite nuanced and more like relaxed. But if your skin has proven to be very sensitive, then don't use this product with another active ingredient. You know, that's something I always recommend in my videos, like on do's and don'ts. I even said that for the niacinamide, but actually when I tried this for like the challenge, you know, morning and night, I also used other actives alongside of this. Actually, the only actives I used were vitamin C and niacinamide. That was the niacinamide from Paula's Choice, but it's also concentrated at 10%. I wanted to have another active, you know, for this whole challenge. I didn't want to have just this because then that would have been like kind of boring, and I wanted like other benefits, you know. So for example, like fading acne scars, even though that has an action on acne scars, that's definitely proved, and I've noticed that too. I just wanted to have like a boost, you know. There were some... Tu fais quoi à manger au fait? Ah mais là, non quoi. Oui. Bah non, 12 piges. Attends, j'ai fini dans 2 minutes. Ouais. J'ai fini dans 2 minutes. Moi, ça va moins. Ah, c'est ça. Toi, t'as cru j'ai trop de place sur mon thème. Moi, c'est... Bisous. So, I was saying, I was using basically vitamin C and niacinamide here and there, not every day and not in every routine. I was definitely having some routines where it was just cleanser or cleansers, double cleansing. Then this and then a moisturizer. And it generally worked really well with my skin. I don't have a particularly sensitive skin, even though I thought I had. But to be honest, there were some times where it stung a little bit. Like really for just a few seconds, I could, like for example, if I applied niacinamide on top of this, but that was maybe because of how dry my skin was, because of the weather. It was very dry. I didn't have the proper moisturizer for a bit of time, so maybe that was it. I cannot just draw a conclusion from my own experience. Number 7, don't force a challenge on your skin. Like I was talking about a challenge, but at first I was just gonna review this, or not even review, just say the do's and don'ts, you know. But since my personal experience was a challenge, I mentioned that, you know. But it's not like if you buy this product, you have to do the challenge. It doesn't go necessarily together. So don't force a challenge on your skin. Listen to it, basically. If you're willing to use it every day or even twice a day, you have to first make sure you tolerate it on a normal basis. You should also really be paying attention to how your skin responds when you're doing this. Not just proceed with it if you notice your skin has, I don't know, redness, drying, flaking, irritation, rashes and stuff. Like also heat is a sign of irritation or sensitivity. If you notice any of that, listen to your skin and maybe take a step back, because it's not worth it to just finish the challenge. While I proceeded with my challenge, when it stung on some days where I used other actives, but it just stung for a few seconds, as I mentioned, and then it was good. So that's why I kept going. And when I felt my skin was super dry in the afternoon and night, I didn't see them as signs that I should slow down or take it back, because I don't think it's because of the challenge. I think it's because of my moisturizer. That was a water gel texture moisturizer, like a perfectly fine moisturizer for oily skin in the summertime, but not in winter time. In the winter, even us, we need a pretty thick moisturizer to compensate with the weather. But even then, my results were really blatant, as I said, so imagine. So since you know how to properly use this BHA exfoliant, maybe you want to know what type of exfoliant you would need for your skin type. And especially if you want to have this, do you need PHA in your routine, or do you just need that and your skin will be good with that? If you want to know that, you can go ahead and watch my video I did on which chemical exfoliant is the right one for your skin type. It's just there. Have a blessed week, guys. Bisous. 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 Hey there.